Let's continue now. A high-level policy dialogue session has taken place in Abuja, focusing on how Africa's transition state can drive economic transformation through capital development and knowledge management. Well, the event brought together government officials, development partners, policy makers, and experts to examine strategies for stabilizing economies and fostering inclusive growth. Discussions centered on building human capital, mobilizing sustainable financing, and strengthening knowledge systems as key tools for government in fragile and transition context. Speakers stressed that without coordinated investment in people, institutions, and ideas, Africa's transition state risks being left behind in the global economy.
Recognize through capacity development and knowledge management. The challenges are not insurmountable. We all know that, and that's why we're here. And I'm sure the conversation you've had over the last 2 days clearly has given us the impetus and belief and determination that we definitely can do it. So we have the innate capacity in Africa to find solutions to our problems. It is therefore imperative that we, at this policy dialogue, identify locally relevant policy actions. I'm sure you already have progressed in this the past 2 days. But as we conclude, and of course the panel will also shed light later on some of the most salient and important issues that we should take back home, that we should monitor, that we should follow up, that should become part of our determination to transform our economies. Let me reiterate that the African Development Bank's continuous commitment to capacity development on the continent, especially in transition states, remains impeccable. The bank has dedicated a funding window, as I said earlier, the Transition State Support Facility, which among others forms projects, development projects, but also capacity building, knowledge management across our work in transition states. We emphasize transition states because we don't want to leave anyone behind. And because, as I said earlier, we understand the specific problems, the specific challenges that they are faced that you may have heard over the past 2 days, but I will also come in the panel. So, at this juncture, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to thank the Nigerian Economic Society for providing this platform to host this important policy dialogue. I would also like to thank the government of Nigeria for providing a safe and conducive environment for this conference and dialogue event to hold. Let me also thank the resource persons who will facilitate this policy dialogue or who have already been facilitating it over the past 2 days, and most importantly, our delegates who've just been recognized from the 22 transition states across the continent. I think let's give them a big round of applause. Because they have chosen to grace this occasion with their physical presence. I believe that this gathering will spark new ideas, forge meaningful partnerships and networks, and inspire bold actions which together can drive economic transformation in transition states through capacity development and also addressing the needs on the continent. Once more, welcome to this lovely city of Abuja, where you already have spent a couple of days. You already have been deliberating for the past 2 days, and I wish you a successful deliberation as you conclude this. And of course, the African Development Bank, your bank, stands with you. Whatever has operational implications that you identify here, we will take it forward, we will fund it, and we have the financial muscle to do so.
Just to set the scene, set the stage, some of the things I'm going to say are things you already know, but it's just to get us thinking so that as we go into the panel and also to engage you, the audience, it will make life a lot easier to help you know how we're thinking and to stimulate your mind. Now, let me join the Director General of the African Development Bank's Nigeria Country Department, Dr. Abdul Kamara, to welcome all of us to this policy dialogue. We really appreciate all colleagues who came all the way from different parts of Africa to be here, and we are grateful for that. Let me also thank you, the Nigerian Economic Society, the president, the council members, for giving us the opportunity to partner, to collaborate, to deliver on this policy dialogue. It is unique, to the best of my knowledge. It's the first time, to the best of my knowledge, that this is happening. And I really want to commend the leadership of the Nigerian Economic Society under the leadership of the President, Professor Adeola Adenekinju. Thank you very much.